I got it. I wasn't about to leave that over there. I had too much artistic energy tied up into this. I got a question for you. How many of you have seen a grasshopper in your creek diving down to the bottom of the creek, or even doing the breaststroke? Have you seen that? Spartanburg. Don't be pulling my leg. None of us have. None of us have at all. Hey, I'm picking back up on the DIY project. I've been trying to figure out if I can help save you guys some money with some of these projects. If you haven't seen the first video, you can go back and check out the first one. Hey, and I also want to take the time to thank all the new subscribers that have come in. Also, all my original subscribers, thank you so much. I've got a small channel. There are so many other great channels out there that you can be giving your time to, and for you to share your time with me, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I definitely appreciate it. So I want to try to help you guys save some money if I can. Picking back up on this week I got my top water grasshoppers in. So I got a pack of 30. Here's the pack that I got. You can see right here. They come without your split rings and hooks or eyes, and I end up paying $12.98 for this pack. What I'm trying to do, I'm gonna take some of the hot lures that people are using. The Rebel cricket hopper is one. I went on and let me check my price here. About $6.99 some of those that they're running. So I wanted to see if I can get some of the blanks and just use some easy techniques maybe to paint these without having to go with a full expense of getting an airbrush and paint kit and all that, and seeing what I can come up with. Here's what I've come up with this one. I'm kind of tickled with it. It's not great. I'm no Picasso by no means. You can see both sides. I've got the eyes applied to it. But how I did this one was I ordered just some inexpensive metallic paints. I just looked for something that was like a 10-pack of some natural color. I wanted the metallics for that reflective series. I ended up paying $16.45 for these paints. I ended up getting these paint pens here, which are a metallic paint pen. I paid $8.73 for those. So how I did this one was I started out with the paints first, and it kind of gives a real iridescent look. You can see, I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but you can see through the tail of that. So I coated the entire body with this green metallic. It went on like very light. I had to put on a couple coats on it. So kind of made that translucent look. And then when I went back with the metallic paint pens, I did the thorax and that gold. I put the brown copperish spots there you can see on the head of it. With these cover a lot better. These will cover to where you cannot see through. But I think it ended up making a pretty cool look for this. I just tried to do just natural colors that your fish are going to normally see. Once again, this is a build version of this. I couldn't find the popper. Rebel makes both a topwater popper and a build version. Of course, grasshoppers aren't going to be swimming down under the water, but I think when your bass or your panfish are seeing these, they're top of the food chain in there. If they're seeing this, it may mimic something they've seen, like a crawfish swimming through there or some type of aquatic water bug. You're just probably getting a reaction strike out of it. So my goal is can I paint these up inexpensive? And I will say the benefits of using the paints and these paint pens, I save money because I don't have to tape the bill up. That's one thing. I'm not having to wear gloves. I'm not having to wear a mask. I'm not having to use thinners to go back and clean up the airbrush. I like this option. This option didn't take me too long to do it. I could do a couple of these, paint them up, let them be setting and drying, and then just come back and use my paint pens. You might can just even use your paint pens. For me, once again, this is just an experiment to see how it would turn out. I didn't know that this would end up being this translucent part on the back and that thorax where you can't see it, but I do like the look of it. I think it ended up turning out okay for what I was expecting. You know, and two, the thing I was looking about this, so basically if I went the full version, what I spent on these paints, I end up spending, let me look, $42.54. That was some paint brushes, a set of 10 on the paint pens, and a set of 10 on these metallic paints. You don't have to go that route, but if you went that route with the 30 pack that I got of these blanks, that ended up being total about $1.41. If I went versus $6.99 for a Rebel Cricut popper. So that does save you money, but you're going to have 30 of these. Another option, if you just went with the paint pens, you can get this down almost below 86 cents. Some advice that may help. You can, if you wanted to go in, if you got some buddies that you fish with locally, maybe you guys can split some of these expenses. Some of them, that's kind of why I was thinking on the airbrush. If someone wanted to go that route, maybe if you 2 or 3 guys got together and shared the cost on it, then you could cut that stuff in half, especially on lures that you're using a lot. So on this series, I'm going to go through and pick out the ones that I think you can really save. This is the first one I've started with. I've got some of the Whopper ploppers in this week. I've also got some of the topwater spooks in as well, but I'm going to do those in individual videos to try to be considerate of your time. I'll just focus on this one. I'm going to get in here, go put my split rings on this, apply my hooks, and I'm going to get down to the creek today, fish this, and see how it works. But once again, that's what we got so far. I like it. So the thing I'm trying to figure out is, do I need something that's just absolute perfection to paint? Or will something this simple work? This to me resembles what a grasshopper looks like in its natural environment. So are we targeting fish, or are the producers targeting us? Kind of makes me think about when you were growing up. Did any of you collect toys like G.I. Joe or He-Man or My Little Pony? Mark, don't tell me that, Mark. I don't want to hear that. The thing is every time a season would roll around, these big toy companies would come out with a new series. It would be a new 6 or 7, 8 new action figures that would come in. And if you were like me, man, I wanted to have every one of them. I just couldn't pick out one and say, that's the one I want. I wanted to have all 6. I kind of look at that with fishing companies being the same way. A lot of these baits that are all these flashy, hot colors, you do need some definitely for your clear water conditions and your murky conditions, but do I need 15 different color variations? That's where I think it's marketing targeting towards us to get us to spend more money. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying not to do that. If you want every color, you have the right to do it. I did the same thing with my G.I. Joe figures. I loved them. I wanted every single one of them, and I would beg my dad. I would do whatever I could, chores, and try to get some money to get that money for those G.I. Joe figures. But I want to see, really, can I help those of us that want to save money? Can we do something as simple as this with a couple paint pens or some little jars of paint, save us some money? 86 cents for this versus spending $6, $7. If you got a family and there's 4 or 5 of you going out, that could get expensive keeping a lot of these. So another thing I was thinking about, or maybe even people that do guide services. I know a lot of you that I've spoke to, some of the frustration is taking people out that have never fished whatsoever, and they go through a lot of baits and lures and stuff just because they're not used to casting. A lot of them are hitting trees or limbs. So this could be an option to where you could take that client out, let them use something that's inexpensive, teach them something about that, and say, hey, this is how you can save money. You don't have to have these high dollar products. And then you show them that it works. Hey man, you're the king. So let's get some hooks on this thing real quick, get down to the creek, and let's test it out and see if they're gonna like my grasshopper variation. I like it a lot. Let's get to some fishing. Dadgummit. Well, I just cast across the creek and I didn't see an old fishing line that was running down towards the bank, and of course my lure just went over it. So thank goodness it was one of my deals, so I only lost roughly $1.41 versus $5.99 for Rebel. That I'd almost be tempted to walk across there and try to get it, but it's pretty high up. So, but that's the exact reason why I'm trying to save you guys some money, because that is frustrating, man. I didn't even see that line. I didn't cast in the tree. It was just the dang thing was dipped down below. So I guess that's a good example of why I'm trying to save money on these lures. There's the target over there. Somebody's fishing line ran right down through there and I did not see it. I cast over there into that pocket and went over that fishing line, and when I tried to draw it up, it got stuck in this limb over here. I'm going to get it. You stay right there, Red. Stay right there. I'll be right back. Yuck. Ooh, yucky, yucky, yucky. How deep is this? Ugh. Ooh, yuck. I don't want to get over my privates. There we go. Ooh, yuck. Deeper than I was thinking. Might be swimming. Ooh. Yuck, yuck. Come on. Don't go deeper. Don't go deeper. Oh, it's to my nipples. It's to my nipples. Stay right there, Red. I'll be right back. Where are you? There you are, you little grasshopper. Did I get it? Let me hurry up and see real quick before it sinks. Yep, there it is. I got it. Yeah, doggy. I got it back. I wasn't gonna leave it. My little grasshopper. I worked too hard on you. Not really, but I can't stand leaving hooks in trees. I got it back. Ooh, he comes home with us. Thank you, Lord. Oh, I've been baptized in Barton's Creek. Not a good creek to be baptized in. Let me go ahead and get. I'm telling you, if that had been a Rebel bait that I had spent $6, that's what I would have done right there. I would not have left that over there. You see what I do for $1.41. I just had too much artistic time spent in this one. Leave it. Now I can finish fishing with it and see how it works. There we go. Caught something on it, yeah, buddy. Little guy. There we go. Well, grasshopper caught him. Good guy. Little bitty guy. But it worked. I saw that little guy run up at the last second to get it. Hold on. Family. Well, later this week I've got a Rebel cricket hopper coming in, and when I get that in, I'm gonna bring it out and fish these two side by side. I'm gonna compare them, the internal bead sound of it. Does the Rebel version actually sink like this one, or does it stay top water? And then just look at the overall finish and see if does that really make a difference. I honestly don't think it's going to. I think it's the action. You're putting something in the water like this, and you got a predator in there that's top of the food chain, and it sees something that swims, something like a crawfish or a fish, it's going to eat it if it's hungry. So hey, until next time, grab your poles, call your buddies, you have to make some memories, give them some elbow. We'll see you guys real soon. Thanks a lot for tuning in.